Damn, son.
Simple, proper treatment facilities. This has been a disease that's had a very major impact on the people living in these three most affected countries.
I remember coming back from Ethiopia, where we did a Gaming for Good event, and we had finally hit that $20 million milestone.
Gaming for Good. What does it do and how did you come up with it? It's basically just a website where developers donate their games, and when people donate to charity, they get those games for free.
He and I always try to focus on what we think is the most important and effective ways in which we can make a big difference.
You have raised, in concert with Razer, $9.4 million for Save the Children. That is a lot of money.
Ebola was looking really scary. It had a lot of hysteria, it was all over the news. And then came a CDC report saying that by 2015, we could have as many as 1.4 million cases. Now, at the time, there was around 7,000 cases, and the world was already in a panic. We immediately thought, like, can we fundraise for it? Can we raise awareness for it? Because it seemed that there were a lot of misconceptions. Can we travel to a place like Guinea, like Sierra Leone, like Liberia? Would an NGO like Save the Children be able to sort of guarantee our safety? Because the reason why we've gone to Mali, why we've gone to Indonesia and Ethiopia, is because it allows us to make it personal for our viewers.
I've already said I'm really proud to be a gamer because of everything you guys have been doing.
I will be showing you the video so you guys can see what you have been doing, the changes you have been bringing.
Looking back and seeing where we came from, the first video I uploaded on the best pod in the world, and seeing where we're now, what we managed to achieve together with you guys, really puts a smile on my face.
Dean has a massive fan base as one of the most well-known gamers in the world, and together we try to use this platform for activism and spreading awareness, fundraising.
We did it,
$1 million!
Turned out there were a lot of obstacles in trying to get such a trip planned and greenlit, and lots of briefings and security clearances, visas, tons of paperwork, mandatory life insurance, medical insurance. Save the Children was remarkably cooperative. We thought they were gonna say, you guys are nuts, we're not doing this.
They've done stunts after stunts and sacrifice after sacrifice, spending 12 hours or more, sometimes 16 hours a day for the past year and a half, live streaming just to raise awareness and funds for Save the Children.
For months and months and months, every day we would have a Skype call with Save the Children. We would talk about planning. We would talk about whether we would be able to get to Guinea or Sierra Leone or Liberia. There would be conversations with the country director. We'd be going over security protocols and all sorts of things that we had to go through, like medical checkups.
Have you checked with your medical provider to ensure that your trip or medical needs, should you need them, are covered?
You know what are the problems and what are the contagious things you have to pay attention to?
Have you had a psychosocial briefing?
Dave is asking all of their staff who are deploying for the Ebola response to meet with a member of the humanitarian staff care.
Have you checked in with the local embassy and let them know that you are traveling to Liberia?
We hope things will be okay before the end of the year.
I was wondering, since we're going to an Ebola hit country, if it's a higher rate.
No, you don't have to pay a higher rate. If you're in good health, you can have the insurance. It's a great risk for yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's great that you do it.
Would you do it?
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Make sure that you received and submitted all your paperwork, and that's including your medical clearances and things of that nature.
And as if we didn't have enough obstacles in our way already, friends and family were not too keen on the idea.
I guess I'm both excited and scared at the same time.
When I heard that one want to go to the Ebola environment, I was very afraid. I said, no, you don't go.
I think that my uncle goes to Ebola is kind of stupid. It's actually a dangerous idea, in my opinion.
You hear like crazy stories about Ebola, so there's always a risk, I guess.
They have a completely wrong view about it. If I would just bring it up, they would feel like, man, you're crazy, you're gonna die. Like even my family thinks I'm gonna die. Like some people think I'm gonna die, but it makes no sense. There is some health workers that do catch it, but they're in direct contact with patients. They maybe miss protocols.
I don't think it's a good idea. I would not do it.
We would, of course, assure them, look, we're only doing this if Save the Children can sort of guarantee our safety. Can never 100% guarantee it. We had to sign a release form that basically said Save the Children's not responsible if anything were to happen to us. But still, Save the Children was doing all that they could.
You do whatever what you want to do, so I can't say nothing. But it's maybe good to raise money and to make awareness about illness.
I think when did the boss depart?
Monday.
I don't really know what to expect, but we've been gone through a lot of security procedures and stuff. So I know some people are concerned that we might get Ebola, but the chances are really very, very slim.
So we finally got the green light from Save the Children. We finally had everything sorted out. On our way there, we tried to interview some other travelers, but almost none of them were allowed to speak because they were all either NGOs or military or government.
I live part-time in Liberia. I'm from Liberia. I've been helping the Ebola crisis since June. Health issues are a problem. Clinics are a problem. Proper funding going to these ministries and proper medication and proper supplies are very important. Ebola is just one of the few crises or issues that happen in Liberia. More awareness is necessary.
Obviously, it affects you. It affects the economy. It's affected every segment of our society.
The disease is very horrible and very dangerous, but it's something that we can contain and it's something that we can prevent. I'm aware that I need to be careful. I'm afraid of not being able to handshake, or I'm afraid of not being able to hug my friends.
Proper funding and proper allocation of funds to the direct channels are definitely necessary.
The moment we landed, you sort of immediately feel the gravity of the situation as you're not able to get out of the airplane without washing your hands and having your temperature checked. We had a huge tank of chlorine water set up where everybody had to wash their hands. And it said in big red letters, Ebola is real. This is something we were about to see everywhere. You would have to wash your hands before entering someone's house. And you would see how the entire country's behavior has been changed by the outbreak. At this point,